this is the last closing session of the day, and our all eminent panelists for the day are joining. We are already joined by Ma'am Shuchi Sharma, Professor P.B. Sharma, Dr. Ravi Gupta, and Mr. Pankaj Gupta and Mr. Akash Chaudhary are joining us shortly. And Mr. Pradeep Kumar Burad will also join us. He will join us in between the session because he is on his way. He has just got free from the VC by Honorable Chief Minister sir, of Rajasthan. So we are just.
So, Karthik, by the time other speakers start, like we can start with the session,
Over to you, sir.
right?
Yeah.
So, welcome, Professor P.B. Sharma. Welcome. Namaskar.
Namaskar. Namaskar. Such a great pleasure to be here with you this afternoon and to have Madam Shuchi Sharma also to chair this session.
Thank you.
Namaskar to Madam Sharma.
Namaskar.
So, welcome, Shuchi Sharma ji. You were in the मॉर्निंग सेशन और बहुत अच्छा सेशन रहा सुबह, और सुबह से हमारा नॉन स्टॉप जो सेशन चल रहा है, और आई होप कि आपने देखा।
बधाई आपकी, मैं लिटरली आपकी मतलब फैन बन गई हूँ। द वे यू द वे यू आर डेडिकेटेड टू योर पर्पस कमाल है। और ये एक पहली मेरे ख्याल से इसको तो आपको प्रोजेक्ट करना चाहिए। आई थिंक दिस इज द फर्स्ट कॉन्क्लेव ऑन नेट। दिस इज फर्स्ट ई कॉन्क्लेव आई थिंक। मतलब इतने सारे सेशंस होना इस ढंग से बहुत ही अच्छे ढंग से किया है नेशनल लेवल।
जी हाँ, और थैंक्स टू ऑल योर सपोर्ट डॉक्टर शुची शर्मा, बिकॉज ऑफ you, like under your guidance our team has worked and this has happened. And so while we are waiting for other speakers, may I request Professor P.B. Sharma to speak and start the session, and I will request you to briefly in say 5 minutes talk about the challenge and the opportunity which the COVID-19 situation has thrown up for the higher education institutions. So if you can talk about that under 5 minutes. Yeah.
First of all, it's a matter of great privilege to be connected this afternoon to this very important conclave on higher and technical education being organized especially in Rajasthan, despite the fact that we are sitting at different places, but our focus is at the moment higher and technical education Rajasthan. And the very fact that the Secretary Higher and Technical Education, Madam Shuchi Sharma, has spent the whole day in this very important virtual conclave gives me a conviction that we all are committed to create a brighter future for our students, for our teachers, for our people, for our state and for our nation as a whole, on the strength of higher and technical education which we conduct here during the COVID as well as beyond. During the COVID time, one great thing that has happened, and I think it's very important for us to take note of, when Government of India almost 4 years ago launched the Digital India movement, like Make in India and other missions, people were taking it a little lightly. But digital age has arrived, and it has arrived with COVID-19. It's a blessing in disguise, but certainly it's a great advantage that has been created for higher education, and I'm sure this is a great advantage for the business as well as the industry sector tomorrow, which is looking at the future of jobs and the way we now trade and transact in an environment where advantage technology would of course be one of the greatest advantage which we also have. I must say that we in India are very fortunate that we have a great attraction towards science and technology education as well as towards science and technology applications. And I think the age has arrived now where India could reap rich advantage, rich benefits from the efforts we have invested in higher and technical education in our country. We are the second largest higher education system in the whole world. and we have provided to the world some of the finest minds who have done a great job and brought tremendous amount of glory, and that includes people from all states, including Rajasthan, I'm sure. But the question now is that having taken digital learning, having embraced the digital age, how do we go about now taking those challenges head on, which have been knocking on our doorstep? For example, the quality of education was questionable. Employability was questionable for a very long time. Our care and concern for the people whom we serve, especially the industry and stakeholders, was being questioned. Our collaboration and cooperation with our stakeholders to create a much bigger impact of our effort was, of course, being questioned earlier. But with this advantage technology and in the digital age, today we could take care of these challenges much better. But the caution which I really want to sound right at the beginning, I've been listening to the sessions during the day today, whole day, to the best of my ability, and I was very happy to hear Madam Suchi Sharma and the AICT chairman and others speaking in the morning session. You must understand that here we are talking of digital learning, and this is DL is the platform Ravi ji and his team has really put in. It is not just digital education. It is not just digital education per se or online teaching. Here we have to understand the deeper meaning of learning. And that is where I think one of the biggest challenge that lies on our doorstep, how to utilize that advantage technology for enhancing learning and learnability. I was speaking to my two grandchildren this morning because the topic given to us in this session was concerning students, parents, and teachers. And I asked them, how do you feel about almost 2 months long online teaching learning that has gone by? One of them is in DPS in class 12th now. Another one is in class 6 in Amity International School in Noida. And both of them came out frankly that this has been unfortunate part that the teachers think that they are here to teach and the students are here to learn and take notes, even on digital learning. That's not digital learning. The digital learning is interactive learning, participative learning, collaborative learning, learning by pulling together our brain waves, instigating and inspiring each other so that our three faculties, the faculty of imagination, the faculty of intuition, and faculty of intellect, all three of them get awakened during the interaction that takes place in the classroom. And that is exactly the context in which now we have to transform the teaching learning environment as we go. Second point which they also said was that whole lot of creativity and innovativeness which the student community possesses. And I admit as a vice chancellor that the innovativeness and creativity in the younger community is much bigger than in people like me. I asked my grandson to set up this meeting for me, and he quickly connected me with my mobile and was able to do this job just in no time. I asked him, has anybody taught you all this? He said, no, sir, this is all self-learning. And the appetite for self-learning, I think, is the major strength on which now we have to mount the learnability of our higher education, technical education system. Let me also say that when we meet in a conclave like this, since we are keeping the reference as Rajasthan, we should try to utilize this opportunity to understand how to maximize advantage Rajasthan, or for that reason advantage India, for the purpose of integrating the advantage of education for advancement of our industries, of our workplace, creating millions and millions entrepreneurship for which Rajasthan was known for, and maximizing the benefit. How do we really now take advantage and move Rajasthan on the portals of world-class, rather super world-class artisans and skilling of the kind that for which Rajasthan is so well known for. And therefore, digital learning, one of the challenge which we have now, apart from learning and learnability, we have to mount a whole lot of programs on digital skilling, digital training, and in fact, taking fullest of advantage of this digital connect to create that collaborative environment. For the teachers also, this is very important to realize that it is not just one-way delivery or delivering the syllabi or the curriculum. It's an opportunity to connect with the world of work, with the world of profession, with the world of industries, world of peer group and assimilate through collaborative learning a situation and create an environment by which you are able to maximize all these benefits. Let me say that in Amity University, especially Amity University Rajasthan, as well as Amity University Haryana, we are in a position of advantage because beyond education, we want to sensitize our students about the layers of sustainability which we have created in the design of our campus. Go to Amity University Haryana campus or Amity University Rajasthan, the whole place is lush green in a place where otherwise water is a scarcity because we have implemented extensively rainwater harvesting, created 2 lakes, wastewater treatment is a reality, energy harvesting is a reality, and we are imbibing these values of sustainability in the mindset of our students. I want the educationists to understand that the purpose here is not merely to create the layers of knowledge as much as also to inspire the students community as well as teaching community to understand that tomorrow's world will demand much more from people of knowledge. They would expect them to be serving the cause of sustainability, ensuring the environment is really neat and clean, and also each one of us submitting to the cause of values for which humans stand for, which means layers of integrity, professional morality, and the work ethics and the trust with which we have to take each other. There was a time when I was born, nobody was thought to be speaking untruth. But today, to telling a truth, people look here and there whether I should tell the truth. I hope others are not listening. I mean, that kind of environment. I have to change all this in my own lifetime, and the best way to go about is to create this environment within the portal, within the campuses of our university. Let me finish by saying that the pressure on the student community as well as on the teacher during the COVID time has been truly high. My grandchildren were telling me that teachers think that because it is a digital connect, load them with as much knowledge and as much work as possible. They think that 24 hours are available, therefore keep them busy. But they don't realize that human beings are social animals and they require a lot of time to reflect upon, to socialize, and also to think about so that their mind can do several other things, including prayers to a God Almighty and thinking about the meaning and purpose of life. Last but not the least, they were also very categorical in telling me that you should sound this in this webinar. In fact, my grandson is sitting on my side, he's listening. He said the care and concern for those who don't have, the care and concern for those for whom we educate ourselves must also be now put on the agenda, on the top of the agenda, so that the student community, teachers, the institution as a whole, and the community as a whole comes to understand that tomorrow's India, which we wish to create, must be India of plenty for almost everybody, so that the value for many becomes a reality rather than value for money, for which we are currently focusing to. When we create value for many, we are serving the cause of the bottom of the pyramid. Then we discover the fortune at the bottom of the pyramid. Then we create mass entrepreneurship. We create small sustainable businesses, and we create the bliss of divinity all around where no one is left behind. It is this kind of agenda, I think, with which now we have to look at our future, and we have, I'm sure, we have every reason to do it. The last point, which my younger son told me, that the whole lot of strain that it comes to our eyes because of the small screen to which we are focused to for hours together must be taken note of by the teachers. And Madam Suchi Sharma perhaps may issue
Yes.
that let online teaching may not be more than a few hours. People think that it could be 8 hours like the one it was in our campus, but really speaking, the infrared as well as the radio frequency of the kind that are involved, we need to address. I, as a Technology University Vice Chancellor and a former professor of IIT, I would very much like people to design and develop a cover on this mobile which I have, which can contain all the infrared which are emanating from it, because we have a habit of keeping it close to our eyes while talking. It's impacting our brain, also destroying our ears. The children of today, I want to safeguard their interest, and I want to see that they don't get the spondylitis problem. When I go on airport, I find many of the youngsters are moving with a pillow which they want to put in the aeroplane while seating. I feel really surprised. At this age also, I don't require that pillow. So I want to really look at the whole challenges which we have on our doorstep, not only from the point of view of knowledge and skills, but also creating a way of life by which we are able to create a happy, healthy, and prosperous India. With these words, I thought let me stop at this point, and I'll come back on this issue because this discussion is very, very important. I want to thank you, Ravi ji, for giving me this opportunity to be in company with Madam Sarma, Akash Chaudhary ji, and also Pankaj Gupta sahab, who will be joining us very shortly.
Sure. Excellent input.
Yes.
I think
This is a
suggestions
young sitting here actually.
come from his grandson. So hi to him. All your inputs have been presented here, I suppose, by your grandfather. So we'll request our next speaker, Akash Chaudhary. He is Director and CEO of Akash Educational Services Limited, AESL. Akash, please.
See, I can speak about the changes that the online education has brought about, especially in the test prep sector.
Audio is a
Is
bit
it
low.
visible? Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you.
So I think there is a lot of stress that is coming on to the students, and I think I'll come to the student later, but I want to come first to the teachers. It is very easy, or I would say, in comparison with online teaching, to teach in a classroom with 40 kids sitting in front of you. When the education has moved to online platform, the role and the difficulty of a teacher has increased multifold. Imagine, you controlling the discipline and the knowledge dissipation of students in a physical environment, and on an online side, you know that the students are sitting at 40 different locations in 40 different environments with 40 different mindsets, and that is where the amount of stress on the teacher increases multifold. And if the teacher is teaching with that kind of stress, the amount and the quality of education that will come out will be very, very different from what it would be in a physical classroom scenario. So I would like to stress upon a lot on the challenges that the teachers are facing in delivering the quality education in the online environment. And apart from this challenge and stress of not knowing, what kind of imbibation, what kind of acceptance are the students getting from this online lecture, there is another challenge that the teachers are facing, which is around the entire training and know-how. I see a lot of these sessions going wrong when the teacher is not able to comfortably, conveniently address the basic challenges and problems that the students are facing, because of the lack of availability or knowledge of using these technical tools. So I think there is a lot of effort that is required to train and retrain teachers continuously on teaching what are the online education and teaching ethos and methods. I think there is a lot of effort that is required there, because in a current scenario, I don't see that the physical education will go back to the same level of closeness, with the same level of interaction as it was in the pre-COVID area, at least not for another year or let's say 2 years. But while these teachers are in this situation, I think it is very important that from the education institute side as well as from the government side, there are initiatives that can help a teacher become a far more empowered and enabled teacher to deliver their content. So this is one. And the third number problem which I want to relate with teachers is their mindset change. I think it is very important for teachers to understand that a student who is in an offline environment needs to go through a very different academic and learning pedagogy, and a student who is in an online environment has to go through a very different pedagogy. Whereas a student who is in a physical situation, the teacher knows that, okay, fine, this student will meet me tomorrow and I'll be able to clarify doubts or re-explain the concept. Whereas an online student, they will never get an opportunity to meet them. So in that situation, the amount of interactivity that they need to add in their lecture has to go multiple fold. So I think this is exactly where the level of involvement of teachers on these platforms has to go. It has to go multifold. When I come to the student side, it is appearing like a problem today. I would like to quote here, there was this time, there was this era of cable TV. I remember, when we were in school in those days, when the cable TVs came in, there was a huge, hoard towards going and getting that connection, and you'll be spending a lot of time there. And then very soon, people realize that this is a waste of time. There's a lot of stress, and people started to wean away. They started to select and reject what programs they want to watch, and this is exactly where this phenomena is happening, where suddenly onslaught of so much education online, and people and students are getting access to these technologies and these screen time. This is a heightened involvement of students on devices. It is going to be momentary, and very soon students will realize that these things are impacting them, their eyes, their body posture, their back pains and all of that, and they will start to curtail these as we go forward. And the programs also will start to structure in a way that will enable a student to have a very, very focused, short, and very crisp learning methodologies, rather than they try to replicate exactly offline teaching into online teaching, which is not going to work. An online native is a very different native. He has many distractions around himself or herself. To give them a very, very concrete learning, they have to go through a very crisp and a very well thought through program. So the content designing will also have to be very, very carefully done by the academic institution, and teachers have to be trained how that is to be done. Apart from these screen stress that the students are facing, there is another challenge that the students are facing. It is the availability of multiple social media and platform that is available while they are studying. I think there is a need that at this point the parents get far more involved in their students' learning journey than they were earlier. Earlier, a student would go to a school or to a training institute, and parents would be at home, not worried about how will the education happen, how much my child will understand, eventual report card will show. But in this case, the entire discipline and responsibility comes back to the parent, and this is where they have to be very much involved as they were earlier. So earlier you would just leave your kid and you tell your institute team that, sir, this is my child, you please take care of him. But now you cannot say that. The child is sitting in front of you, sitting in your own house. So disciplining that, maintaining a decorum, maintaining a timetable, and ensuring what kind of parental controls you have on your devices and how you can protect your child from straying away from education. So I think this is a very important time, especially for parents, to get far more involved than they were earlier. The last thing which I want to talk about is that this is a momentary challenge and this will go away, but this will also bring a lot of benefits that most of the students in the physical education were not able to access. So for example, now that the students are getting education online, there is a higher possibility that institutes like, Professor Saab is here, like MIT, where you could have 2 days of physical classroom and remaining days on online education. What it does is it increases the capacity of MIT to not teach, let's say, 5,000 students, but 15,000 students, because now you are able to provide physical infrastructure to more number of students who are now coming only for 2 days, unlike earlier days, they were coming for all 5 or 6 days. So I think the access to quality education, not only at this institute, but all over the world, all over the country, will increase for those students who could not join them because of lack of number of seats. So since if we move towards this blended type of education, this will give an opportunity to institutes to offer programs, which were inaccessible because of limited number of seats availability in the pre-COVID era. So I think these are some of the points that I want to put in front. I'm very sure that when we do the discussion I'll be happy to add some more relevant point that will be pertaining to the complete student, teacher, and the parent triangle, which are the key important parts of the entire learning process.
Sure.
Thank you, Ravi.
Excellent reports, Akash. Thank you. I hope I am audible.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I think Dr. Pankaj Gupta has been trying to connect, but there is some technical issue he's facing, so he's till now not here. Or is he here? Like we can see his logo, but he's not visible. So,
हेलो रवि जी
yeah, हाँ, पंकज जी आप हैं यहाँ पे?
I think it got locked out again.
Pankaj ji? I think I heard him and he has logged off. And by the time he's able to join, let me request Dr. Shuji Sharma to please give your views. Like you heard the AICTE chairman today in the morning, and we have also representation from the Association of Indian Universities, Dr. Pankaj. She spoke about the various challenges, and over the whole day, the different people have raised different issues in the challenges and opportunities for the higher education institutions in the COVID era. So, your views on this subject, Dr. Sushi Sharma ji.
My namaskar to all. And Professor P.B. Sharma, Dr. P.B. Sharma ji has raised very valid issues, and similarly Akash Chaudhary ji was also analyzing the situation now which has been created due to this online, too much means flood of online things. This is very true. In the morning, Dr. Sahas Buddhe was there and we were discussing about online learning only, and that Pankaj Mittal was there from the side of the universities. The question is of not replacing the learning by e-learning. It's not that. It is a typical kind of a situation we are facing, and we are trying to sort out that. We are trying to search some solutions to that, the problems of how to educate our children during this crisis. And during this course of searching, we could come out with solution of e-learning. E-learning is not a replacement of the physical classroom. That is one thing. It can never be. And this is very, very important, that interactional, the students which they, there is interaction among the students, there is interaction between the students and teachers, and then there is a whole learning system which is learning environment is there in the school or in the college or in the institutions. So that is absolutely missing, while the student sitting in the home and absolutely fixed on the screen, fixed his eyes on the screens and trying to learn one-sided from the teacher. And in general, what is happening is the teaching is taken as one-sided only, because it is something new for us, new for our all teaching faculty also, how to teach through online. It's not something very easy. They are not used to it. They are used to teaching them on blackboards with their chalks in their hands, and students ask questions, they are replying in turn, and then the lecture takes its course according to that, according to the questions raised. Now, while sitting in the home, the student in the home and the teacher also in their home, and trying to communicate with the teacher, with the student, trying to teach them, it cannot be that interactive kind of a thing. Despite even I don't think there is any such type of teaching developed even the world over. In Coursera or EDX or some other learning portals also, it is only that they will be raising the questions, writing the questions, and then the answers will come later. So at that moment, that classroom thing is not at all possible. Therefore, here in Rajasthan, what I did is, again and again, I'm emphasizing, because now the situation has arisen and we have to go through this. We have to move on. We just can't wait for the things to settle down and then we will do something. World cannot stop, and everything is absolutely in a fix for how to move on then. So this is a stopgap arrangement that we are going for the e-lectures on the YouTube portal or any other portal. It can be Swayam portal or anything. I think that is a better solution instead of the classroom type of teaching through online. It is not feasible, it is not possible, looking to our internet conditions, looking to our availability of electricity. And I know, because my child is also student of a college. The students, they simply mark their attendance on the online and they are offline after that. How does a teacher know about it? So there are many challenges for the teacher also. And I have also read in the newspapers that there were so many pranks done by the students. They added the name of Priyanka Chopra or something, Deepika Padukone, or means these things happen because even the students are not used to such type of classrooms, and we cannot rely on this type of e-class. But now, as a situation has arisen, we will have to think about the solution and we will have to improve upon whatever things we have now. It is stressful to sit fixed on the eyes glued on the screen, and there is no scope of creativity, there is no scope of any leisure. The whole day the classes are running. I am even for school students, even for primary school students, I am learning from the newspapers and from the media that this is happening like that. Overflowing of anything is bad. Any excess is bad. So we will have to keep a balance also on that, and we will have to review what we are doing. Now, the topic of the session today is, should I come straight to it? Is mental and social well-being of students. See, this is a temporary type of crisis. I don't believe that it is going to last for long, because if the WHO says that this disease is going to last for 4 or 5 years, then the life just cannot go on like this. We will have to live with this disease. We will have to overcome our fear. We will have to devise the methods how to live with the disease till the vaccination is there, till the drugs are there for curing the disease. We are living with many diseases, and I believe in India there is a lot of resilience. There is a lot of we have been like that. We have undergone so many sufferings. Our people are resilient, and even the data is showing that it is affecting Asian countries little lesser than the European and colder countries. Maybe I don't know. That is up to the research, and a lot of research is happening, and I can't draw any conclusion for that. But still, our way of in India, we have the way of life. We are not used to so much comforts, and I think this is paying. Otherwise, there would have been a lot of news of deaths out of Corona. The one good thing about Corona and this COVID is the fatality is still very less in India. It is about 3%, 4%, whatever, but not that much. More than that, I think other diseases are also affecting our population at the same rate. Maybe some diseases are affecting rather more. So whenever we will get used to all this, then we will be able to cope up with the life also, and we will be discovering our ways of living with COVID also. This is something, because it has come just 2-3 months back, and we are trying to cope up with that. We are trying to accommodate with that. This is one thing. I would quote a Bhagavad Gita shlok. See, the death is a certain thing. Death is certain thing. जातस्य ही ध्रुवो मृत्यु. जो पैदा हुआ है वो मरेगा, ये निश्चित है. और हमारा सारा जो ओरिएंटेशन है, सारा जो हमारा एजुकेशन है, जो हमारा ओरिजिनल एजुकेशन है, जो हमारा शिक्षा का जो मूलभूत, जो भारतीय शिक्षा का मूलभूत रहा है, हम लोग इसको देखते हुए ही हमारी शिक्षा इस तरफ केंद्रित रहती है. We just don't, you can't overcome death, which is ultimately be coming. So the scare of death, ये fear of death, we will have to overcome that through our education system. अभी मैंने I emphasized the human values thing as P.B. Sharma ji was speaking about. I have always felt that education system, as it has developed through the as it has taken its course, it has been limited to earning the livelihoods only, and it has been, and we have forgotten, as he was saying, P.B. Sharma ji was also mentioning, and he was rather quoting his grandson, that everything is concentrated over money, and we are not concentrating on many. The interactional aspect of human lives have been absolutely overlooked. But still, we see this is in our genes. When this crisis arose, we saw many people coming for helping the others, helping whatever they had. Rather, जहाँ पर कम भी था, जहाँ पर जिन villages में कम था, मैंने न्यूज़ चैनल में देखा, उन जगह पे भी लोग पैदल जाते हुए लोगों को मदद करने आए, उनको खाना देने आए, उनके लिए चप्पलें देने आए. This is something great in our genes. ये हमारे अंदर है. मैं इसी की बात करते हुए आगे चाहती हूँ कि these innate qualities of kindness and sharing, karuna and maitri have to be evolved, have to be developed, have to be nurtured through education. Then that is education. And that content is absolutely missing. It has been missing, and we always thought that education is something for giving livelihoods. Education should be related to giving happiness. Livelihood is related to money. Happiness, money is not going to give ultimate happiness. आज जो बच्चे बातें कर रहे हैं कि हमको क्रिएटिविटी का चांस नहीं मिलता, हमको लेजर नहीं है जिसमें हम अलग से बैठ के सोचें, कुछ अलग सोचें, कुछ नया सोचें, वो उसको आनंद देता है. और हमारी एजुकेशन का ओरिएंटेशन वो होना चाहिए. इसी सब को देखते हुए मैंने जैसे when I attended the first conclave of Helix, I mentioned about, I was thinking about how to inculcate joy of giving in the curriculum. Then I gradually developed over it, and now it has been crystallized as Anandam. और आनंदम हमने अपने करिकुलम में कंपलसरी बना दिया. टेक्निकल एजुकेशन में तो हमारा 100% हो गया, पॉलिटेक्निक्स के सिलेबस में जुड़ गया, इंजीनियरिंग कॉलेजेस के सिलेबस में जुड़ गया ये, और ये क्रेडिटेड है. इसमें आज जिस कह रहे थे, पीवी शर्मा जी कह रहे थे, मैनी वाली बात, एक बच्चा जो है कम्युनिटी हेल्प की बात करेगा इसमें, और वो आनंद लेगा. ही विल क्रिएट समथिंग फॉर द कम्युनिटी, ही विल हेल्प द कम्युनिटी, एंड हिज innate qualities of that kindness and sharing will be nurtured by that. That Anandam will have 2 credits in 1 semester, and it will be graded. Anandam में बच्चा जो है एक अपनी खुद की डायरी लिखेगा हर दिन एक डायरी लिखेगा. डायरी में एक इवेंट लिखेगा कि आज मैंने ये अच्छा काम किया, कम्युनिटी ये हमने ये अच्छा काम किया, और वो लिख के अपनी आनंदम की क्लास में टीचर को दिखाएगा, द मेंटर को दिखाएगा. एनी टीचर कैन बी द मेंटर ऑफ द आनंदम, एंड उसको केवल दिखाना है. टीचर वोंट कमेंट ऑन इट, एंड रैंडमली टीचर विल बी डिस्कसिंग दीज आनंदम स्टोरीज विद द स्टूडेंट्स. 8-10 बच्चों का चुनेंगे. इसके अलावा वो ग्रुप्स बनाएगा, क्लास में ग्रुप्स में जुड़ेगा, और उन ग्रुप्स जो हैं अपने अलग अलग ग्रुप्स एक कम्युनिटी प्रोजेक्ट लेंगे. Project can be related to cleanliness of the college campus. It can be plantation of trees. It can be plantation of trees in the mohalla. It can be cleaning the mohalla, the street, anything.
Camera allow कैसे होगा इसमें?
Impacting the community. He will be picking that up. और उसका फिर और इस दौरान बच्चा जो है आनंद लेगा. This is how he will be deriving pleasure out of what he will be doing for the others. This is transition from money to many, and this is what is going to give him happiness. Now, during this COVID crisis, how would one do this? Many things can be done, even thought of, like if people are preparing masks, the students can also take up many things like that. It's not only mask has become means everyone will be doing. It's not that. Anything can be. They can think about how to do something about the migrant laborers who are going on foot. Now they are reaching to there is no employment opportunity is there. They had left their villages to come and they had come to the cities in search of jobs only, and they got jobs. They were earning there, and now just out of panic they have left the villages. They have left for villages, and there they are not going to get sufficient food and sufficient job, and they are going to suffer there also. तो वहाँ का जो बच्चा है वो सोच सकता है कि इनके लिए क्या किया जाए, इनको किस ढंग से ओरिएंट किया जाए, इनको कोई किसी भी तरह की सोच, क्योंकि बच्चा जो दिस जनरेशन इज मच मोर इंटेलिजेंट देन अस. As P.V. Sharma ji was saying, they are more inquisitive, they are more creative, they have of energies, and our purpose is to utilize and harness their energies in right channels, in creative channels. They are hungry for it. And our education system, that education, we have to create an education system which is going to give them the opportunity and vent to their creative urges. So मैं ये कहती हूँ कि ये जो टेंशन्स हैं, ये जो स्ट्रेसेस हैं, इनको निकालने के लिए सबसे अच्छी बात ये है कि हम दूसरों के दुखों में सम्मिलित हो जाएं. तो जब हम अपने दुख को दूसरों के दुखों में सम्मिलित कर लेते हैं, तो वो एक हल्केपन की अनुभूति देने लगता है, वो आनंद की अनुभूति देने लगता है. तो हमको कहीं ना कहीं शिक्षा का डायरेक्शन चेंज करना पड़ेगा. एंड फॉर दिस Rajasthan has done this experiment, and I am hopeful that this is going to start from this session, and I am looking forward to see a lot of young volunteers who are doing great things for the community. Thank you.
Sure. बहुत धन्यवाद डॉक्टर आशुषी शर्मा जी. And we have our other speakers who have joined, and Shri Pradeep Kumar Borad, who is the Commissioner, College Education, and he's the Special Secretary, Sanskrit Education, Government of Rajasthan. He has joined here. May I invite him on the panel. Welcome him. Borad ji, नमस्कार.
नमस्कार. आवाज आ रही है मेरी आपको?
आ रही है.
नमस्ते मैम.
नमस्ते.
मैं एक्चुअली थोड़ा लेट ज्वाइन कर पाया. एक्चुअली आज कोई फूड डिपार्टमेंट की सीएम की वीसी थी, तो मैं उसमें था. थोड़ा लेट ज्वाइन कर पा रहा हूँ मैं. तो मैं जस्ट अभी हमारी सेक्रेटरी मैम नहीं मैं जस्ट अभी हमारी सेक्रेटरी मैम को सुन रहा था, और अभी पिछले सितंबर से हम आपकी लीडरशिप के उसमें काम भी कर रहे हैं. तो एक्चुअली पिछले करीब 1.5 साल से कॉलेज एजुकेशन ने बहुत सारे इस तरह से काम किए कि किस तरह से क्वालिटी एजुकेशन को इम्प्रूव किया जा सके. तो मैं उस मैकेनिज्म को बहुत ही सिंपल एक्चुअली वर्ड्स में समझाने की कोशिश कर रहा हूँ. एक्चुअली हमने एक इस मैकेनिज्म को देखा कि अगर किसी कॉलेज में अगर 100 मान लो स्टूडेंट्स हैं, तो उन 100 स्टूडेंट्स में से कितने स्टूडेंट्स कॉलेज को रेगुलर अटेंड करते हैं. तो हमने काफ़ी कॉलेजेस में देखा, फीडबैक भी लिया, मुझे खुद को भी जाने का मौका मिला. तो हमने देखा करीब 15 to 20 स्टूडेंट्स ऐसे हैं जो रेगुलर कॉलेज में आते हैं, और इन 20 में से भी कुछ आते कुछ नहीं आते. और करीब 30+ या 30 to 40% बच्चे ऐसे हैं जो कॉम्पिटिटिव एग्जाम्स की तैयारियों में लग जाते हैं. उनके अलग अलग एक तरह ड्रीम हो सकते हैं, RS है, पुलिस में जाने की हो सकती है, या जो भी सर्विसेज वो लाइक करते हैं. और करीब 30-35% स्टूडेंट्स ऐसे होते हैं जो ये चाह रहे हैं कि हम गवर्नमेंट जॉब नहीं मिल पाएगा, तो वो अपने कोई भी प्रोफेशन की ट्रेनिंग ले लेते हैं, या मान लीजिए जो भी उनका घर का कोई काम धंधा है उसमें लग जाते हैं. तो हमने एक तरह से स्टूडेंट्स को इस तरह से फोकस कर लेना चाहते हैं और कुछ स्किल ट्रेनिंग करना चाहते हैं, और उसी के इर्द गिर्द फिर हमने हमारे सारे प्रोग्राम्स को बुना जो पिछले 1.5 साल में हमने कॉलेज एजुकेशन में किए. तो उनमें सबसे पहले तो हमने ये कहा कि जो बच्चे 30 या 35% बच्चे ऐसे हैं जो कॉम्पिटिटिव एग्जाम्स की तैयारी करते हैं और एक संयोग भी था कि जो नई गवर्नमेंट का मैनिफेस्टो का एक पॉइंट था कि जो कोचिंग क्लासेज या कोचिंग फ्री निःशुल्क कोचिंग दी जाएगी। तो हमने प्रतियोगिता दक्षता के नाम से जस्ट आफ्टर माय ज्वाइनिंग और गवर्नमेंट चेंज होने के बाद 12 जनवरी लास्ट ईयर 2019 में हमने पूरे स्टेट के जो 252 कॉलेजेस थे सभी में प्रतियोगिता दक्षता के नाम से क्लासेस को स्टार्ट किया। और मुझे इस बात को कहते हुए खुशी है कि करीब हम 60,000 स्टूडेंट्स को जोड़ पाए आउट ऑफ 4 लाख स्टूडेंट्स में से। क्लासेस रेगुलर थी और हमने बाद में यहाँ जयपुर में भी एक स्टूडियो में रेगुलर बेसिस पे यहाँ भी एक क्लास चलती थी और उसकी हम एक तरह से वो उसकी रिकॉर्डिंग भी हमने रेगुलर बेसिस पे करवाई और वो रिकॉर्डिंग फिर हमने काफ़ी जगह भेजी भी और उनको हमने यूट्यूब पे भी डाला और उसकी व्यूअरशिप भी अच्छी है। तो एक काम तो हमने ये किया और सब कॉलेजेस में हमने कोचिंग क्लासेस को रेगुलर बेसिस पे स्टार्ट किया। उसके बाद जो 26 जनवरी आई थी लास्ट ईयर, हमने उस पे एक जीके की एक बुक फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट बच्चों को बांटी, जो करीब 3 लाख बच्चों को जीके की बुक मिली। और फिर उस बुक के बेसिस पे हमने 28 जून को एक एग्जाम कॉम्पिटिटिव एग्जाम करवाया, 13 जुलाई को कॉम्पिटिटिव एग्जाम करवाया लास्ट ईयर और उसमें करीब 60,000 स्टूडेंट्स ने पार्टिसिपेट किया। फिर उसका हमने रिजल्ट निकाला, बाकायदा OMR शीट पे एग्जाम हुआ, काफ़ी उसका भी अच्छा हमें रिजल्ट मिला। और इसी तरह से हमने बाद में जैसे मैंने बताया कि स्किल की ट्रेनिंग के लिए मुख्यमंत्री युवा कौशल के नाम से एक योजना लेबर डिपार्टमेंट के साथ RSLDC के साथ मिलकर उसको एक तरह से कॉइन किया गया और उसमें करीब 4,500 स्टूडेंट्स को उसका बेनिफिट मिला और करीब 39 कोर्सेज डिजाइन किए गए थे लेबर डिपार्टमेंट ने RSLDC के साथ। उसमें भी सेक्रेटरी मैम ने भी काफ़ी पॉजिटिवली और बहुत ही एक तरह से एग्रेसिवली उसमें पार्टिसिपेट किया और एक तरह से डायरेक्शन दी और करीब 116 कॉलेजेस में उस प्रोग्राम को भी चलाया गया। तो इस तरह से हमने जो कोचिंग जो बच्चा लेना चाहते हैं उनकी हमने ज़रूरत को समझा, पूरा करने की कोशिश की और स्किल ट्रेनिंग की भी हमने बात की। रेगुलर जो क्लासेस की बात थी उसके लिए हमने एक कैलेंडर बनाया और मुझे इस बात को कहते हुए खुशी भी है और एक तरह से मैं मेरा अचीवमेंट भी मानता हूँ इस बात को कि बहुत लंबे समय के बाद कॉलेज एजुकेशन ने राजस्थान में 1 जुलाई को मतलब रेगुलर क्लासेस को देखा। अदरवाइज जो सेशन है वो स्टार्ट होते होते बहुत लेट हो जाते हैं और कॉलेज एजुकेशन में एक जनरल एक कहावत सी हो गई थी कि क्लासेस झंडे से झंडे के बीच में चलती है, मतलब 15 अगस्त से लेकर 26 जनवरी तक चलती है। लेकिन हमने उस सेशन को लंबा किया और एक टाइम टेबल के साथ स्टार्ट किया कि 1 जुलाई को या किसी भी पर्टिकुलर डेट को क्या टाइम टेबल होगा, क्या टॉपिक पढ़ाया जाएगा और बाकायदा बच्चों को हमने क्लास के बाहर उस टाइम टेबल के साथ हमने स्टडीज को स्टार्ट किया। तो उसका भी बड़ा अच्छा रिजल्ट रहा और एक हमने मंथली टेस्ट स्टार्ट किया, हर महीने बच्चों को एग्जाम देने पड़ेंगे और उसमें भी एक नई चीज हमने करने की कोशिश की। जुलाई में जो लास्ट ईयर जुलाई में जो हमने एग्जाम लिया वो एग्जाम हमने विदाउट इन्विजिलेटर लिया। बच्चे को हमने फ्री छोड़ दिया कि क्योंकि वो मार्क्स जुटते नहीं थे तो हमने बच्चे को फ्री छोड़ दिया। उसमें एक वैल्यूज उस बच्चे में एक आए कि मुझे ऑनेस्ट रहना है। एक तरह से वो 2 एग्जाम दे रहा है, एक अपनी ऑनेस्टी का एग्जाम दे रहा है और एक जो उसने पढ़ा उसका एग्जाम दे रहा है। तो उसमें भी मुझे इस बात को कहते हुए खुशी 1 जुलाई को करीब 4 लाख में से 2 लाख से ज्यादा बच्चों ने एग्जाम दिया। तो ये भी एक बहुत बड़ी संख्या थी। कॉलेजेस में उस दिन बहुत 28 जुलाई थी वो डेट, मुझे ध्यान है, बहुत जबरदस्त मतलब स्टूडेंट्स कॉलेज में आए उस एग्जाम को देने और देखने की क्या क्यूरियोसिटी, किस तरह से ये सारा एग्जाम हो रहा है। उसके बाद मंथली एग्जाम हुए। इसी तरह से हमने पूरे कॉलेजेस को हाउस सिस्टम में बांटा जिस तरह से स्कूल्स में होता है और हाउस भी हमने बिल्कुल फिक्स कर दिया। पूरे स्टेट में 1 से हाउस होंगे 5 तत्व के नाम से और उसकी हाउस की एक्टिविटी स्टार्ट की। कॉलेज एजुकेशन ने पहली बार अपने खुद डिपार्टमेंटल लेवल पे स्पोर्ट्स की एक्टिविटीज को देखा, अर्जुन दृष्टि के नाम से हमने स्टार्ट किया। इसी तरह से कैलेंडर बना। फर्स्ट टाइम कॉलेज एजुकेशन में कैलेंडर मंथ वाइज कैलेंडर की किस दिन क्या एक्टिविटीज होंगी, किस तरह की एक्टिविटीज होंगी। और इसी तरह से कॉलेजेस में एक छोटा सेमिनार की तरह से आइडिया के नाम से एक प्रोग्राम स्टार्ट किया जिसमें यह था कि कॉलेजेस में किसी भी टॉपिक पे स्टूडेंट या टीचर्स आपस में अपने व्यूज को शेयर कर सकते हैं, बात कर सकते हैं। इसका भी बड़ा अच्छा रिजल्ट रहा। और हमने इसी तरह से स्कूल की एक तरह से तर्ज पे मैं बोलना चाहूँगा कि जो कॉलेज कम्युनिटी कनेक्ट प्रोग्राम हमने स्टार्ट किया CCC के नाम से। जिस तरह से कॉलेज स्कूल्स में PTM होती है, पेरेंट टीचर्स मीट होती है, तो उसी तरह से हमने स्टार्ट किया। हर महीने हमने डेट फिक्स कर दी और जो लास्ट फरवरी में मुझे ध्यान है 15 फरवरी को 10 से 15 फरवरी के बीच में हमने वो PTMs को ऑर्गेनाइज कराया पूरे स्टेट में। और हमने ये रखा कि उस दिन कोई ना कोई VIP आएगा, मतलब। और मुझे इस बात को कहते हुए खुशी है लगभग सभी 252 कॉलेजेस ने उस PTM को बहुत अच्छी तरह से सेलिब्रेट किया। VIPs आए, कई जगह कलेक्टर्स भी आए, कई जगह मुझे बात को कहते हुए खुशी है कि जयपुर कॉलेज में एक तरह से जो ख्याली है, बॉलीवुड एक तरह से स्टार है, वो यहाँ एक मतलब VIP की हैसियत से आया, उसने अपने व्यूज को शेयर किया। हर कॉलेज ने अपने हिसाब से उस जो पेरेंट टीचर्स मीट को ऑर्गेनाइज किया और बच्चों ने, और साथ साथ कहते हैं बड़ी बात ये है कि पेरेंट्स ने बड़ा जबरदस्त पॉजिटिवली उसमें पार्टिसिपेट किया और पेरेंट्स ने कॉलेजेस को कंट्रीब्यूट भी किया केस में, काइंड में। तो ये कॉलेज में नई एक्टिविटी हुई। तो मैं एक तरह से ये कहना चाह रहा हूँ कि हमने पूरे साल भर बहुत सारी एक्टिविटीज को इस तरह से किया कि कॉलेज एक वाइब्रेंट एक्टिविटीज का सेंटर रहे। और मुझे इस बात को भी कहते हुए खुशी है कि हमारी सेक्रेटरी मैम ने भी मैं इस बात को कहना चाहूंगा, पता नहीं किस तरह से उन्होंने विजुलाइज किया। सितंबर में ज्वाइन करने के तुरंत बाद उन्होंने कहा कि भाई ई कंटेंट्स की तैयारी होनी चाहिए, हर लेक्चरर ई कंटेंट को तैयार करे, बनाए। शायद उन्होंने विजुलाइज कर लिया होगा कि आज ऐसा दिन आएगा। अभी हम देख रहे हैं कि कोविड में किस वर्क फ्रॉम होम की बात थी और बहुत ही रेगुलर बेसिस पे उन्होंने परसुएंस किया। तो हमने सितंबर से ही सारे लेक्चरर्स को कह दिया कि ई कंटेंट्स बनाना स्टार्ट करें। धीरे धीरे उन्होंने स्टार्ट किया। अब उनकी क्वालिटीज और वो सब हम सारा असेस कर रहे हैं, लेकिन इस काम को हमने बहुत पहले स्टार्ट कर दिया था। इसी तरह से हमारी सेक्रेटरी मैम के मन में ये था कि किस तरह से हम आनंदम स्टार्ट करें, जॉय ऑफ गिविंग। क्योंकि आज जो बच्चा वो केवल लाइवलीहुड के पीछे भागता है, एजुकेशन वो केवल वो ये मान के चलता है कि वो मुझे जॉब लेना है। जॉय ऑफ गिविंग जो गांधी जी की ट्रस्टीशिप की थ्योरी है, उस हिसाब से बच्चों को किस तरह से हम वैल्यूज दे सकते हैं। और मुझे इस बात को कहते हुए खुशी है कि उन्होंने एफर्ट करके टेक्निकल एजुकेशन में इसको लागू भी करवा दिया और हायर एजुकेशन जो जनरल एजुकेशन है उसमें भी हम आगे बढ़ रहे हैं कि किस तरह से इस बात को करें। और मुझे इस बात को भी कहते हुए खुशी है कि ऑनरेबल सीएम साहब ने भी इसको बहुत अप्रिशिएट किया है। उस पर उन्होंने कहा कि ये कि नई एक्टिविटीज आप लोग कर रहे हैं। और मुझे इस बात को भी कहते हुए इलेट्स के जो नवंबर में एक सेमिनार हुआ था जिसमें ऑनरेबल सीएम साहब ने भी पार्टिसिपेट किया था, तो उन्होंने जो आनंदम का वोचर था उसको उन्होंने एक तरह से लोगों को जारी भी किया था। तो मैं ये कहना मतलब चाहूंगा कि कॉलेज एजुकेशन, खासतौर से राजस्थान में कॉलेज एजुकेशन में हमने 360 डिग्री कोशिश की है कि किस तरह से हम ओवरऑल एक्टिविटीज को करके और कोशिश करेंगे किस तरह से बच्चे को सब चीज जो उसको मिलनी चाहिए मिले। क्योंकि कॉलेज के तुरंत बाद बच्चा एक तरह से समाज में कंट्रीब्यूट करने की स्थिति में आ जाता है, तो उसको वैल्यूज मिले, उसके लिए आनंदम, जैसा मैंने अभी बताया कि हमारी सेक्रेटरी मैम ने बहुत ही एक तरह से एंटिसिपेट करके विजुलाइज करके इस कंसेप्ट को लागू किया। वो वैल्यूज इनकलकेट करने की कोशिश की ताकि बच्चा एक सोसाइटी को एक पॉजिटिव सिटीजन मिले। इसी तरह से अगर मान लीजिए वो कॉम्पिटिटिव एग्जाम या गवर्नमेंट जॉब में जाना चाहे तो उसके लिए प्लेटफॉर्म मिला, या इसी तरह से अगर मान लीजिए वो चाह रहा है कि मैं मेरा खुद का कोई काम करूं तो उसके लिए भी एक प्लेटफॉर्म अवेलेबल कराने की कोशिश की है। टीचर्स की कैपेसिटी बिल्डिंग के लिए फैकल्टी डेवलपमेंट के बहुत सारे हमने प्रोग्राम किए कि उनकी कैपेसिटी बिल्डिंग हो, और हम लगातार प्रिंसिपल्स लेक्चरर्स के कांटेक्ट में रहे, उनको मैसेज करते रहे, बात करते रहे किस तरह से वो अपने आप को अपडेटेड रखे। हमने इस प्रोग्राम को भी रखा कि हर लेक्चरर महीने में एक बार एक किसी टॉपिक पे लिख के हमें भेजे। तो उसमें भी लगभग सभी लेक्चरर्स ने शुरू के 3-4 महीनों में हमें किसी न किसी टॉपिक पे अपने नोट्स को और को सबको लिख के भेजा। तो वो भी एक तरह से काफी बड़ा हमारा अचीवमेंट था और टीचर्स अपने आप को अपडेटेड रख पाने की स्थिति में आ सके। तो एक तरह से कॉलेज को एक वाइब्रेंट एक्टिविटीज के रूप में हमने एक तरह से मैं यूं कह सकते हैं जुम्बिश हमने स्टार्ट की कि किस तरह से हलचल मचे और उसका पॉजिटिव रिजल्ट भी मतलब आया। और मैं ये कहना चाहूंगा कि जो इस साल जो लास्ट ईयर जो इनरोलमेंट हुए कॉलेजेस में, तो वो इनरोलमेंट पिछले सालों की तुलना में लगभग तिगुने इनरोलमेंट थे। तो वो इस बात को एक तरह से सिद्ध करते हैं कि सरकारी कॉलेजेस के प्रति लोगों का रुझान बढ़ा है। मतलब रुझान बढ़ा कि उनको लगने लगा कि यहाँ क्वालिटी मिलती है कॉम्पिटिटिव एग्जामिनेशन की तैयारी के रूप में, या मान लीजिए उनको स्किल ट्रेनिंग के रूप में, या अदरवाइज भी। तो ये सब चीजें इस बात को इंडिकेट करती है कि राजस्थान में हायर एजुकेशन में हमारे जैसे मंत्री जी भी बहुत पॉजिटिव, और जो भी हमने सारे ये प्रोग्राम लिए, चाहे सेक्रेटरी मैम ने बोला हो, चाहे हमने सोचा हो, बहुत ही अच्छा हमें सपोर्ट किया, और ऑनरेबल सीएम ने भी। तो इस तरह से मैं ये कहना चाहूंगा कि बहुत ही पॉजिटिव एटमॉस्फेयर के साथ कॉलेज एजुकेशन इस बात की कोशिश में लगा हुआ है कि किस तरह से हम कॉलेज एजुकेशन में क्वालिटी को लेके और कुछ करने का एफर्ट मतलब प्रयास करें। हमने तो दूसरे स्टेट्स में भी जो अच्छी एक्टिविटीज हो रही हैं तो हमने उनको भी अडॉप्ट करने की कोशिश की। जैसे मैं आपको बताना चाहूंगा कि जैसे आंध्रा में एक था कि किस तरह से डिस्ट्रिक्ट रिसोर्स सेंटर्स डेवलप हो सकते हैं, तो हमने राजस्थान के कंटेक्स्ट में उसको बजट अनाउंसमेंट लास्ट बजट में हमने करवाया रेस के नाम से, रिसोर्स असिस्टेंस एंड कॉलेज विद एक्सीलेंस के नाम से था। इसका मतलब ये था कि कॉलेजेस आपस में मिलकर अपने रिसोर्सेज को शेयर कर सकें। और मैं बताना चाहूंगा इसका इतना जबरदस्त इम्पैक्ट आया कि पिछले साल हमने करीब 4000 आवर्स की टीचिंग कॉलेजेस ने आपस में शेयर की। हमें मतलब हमें एक तरह से स्टेट लेवल पे पता ही नहीं चला कि कॉलेज ने किस तरह से आपस में अपनी कमियों को देखा, आपस में बात की और उनको पूरा किया। इसी तरह से जो मैं यूं कहना चाहूंगा रिसोर्सेज के माध्यम से भी उन्होंने मनी को और दूसरे जो रिसोर्सेज हो सकते हैं, जैसे मान लीजिए लैपटॉप है या लैब इक्विपमेंट्स वगैरह आपस में उन्होंने शेयर करके, और कॉलेजेस ने इस तरह से बात की। तो हमने, मैं जैसे बता रहा था कि दूसरे अगर स्टेट्स में भी कोई अच्छी एक्टिविटीज हुई है तो हमने उसको भी अडॉप्ट करने की कोशिश की है राजस्थान के कंटेक्स्ट में। और इसी तरह से कॉलेजेस में किस तरह से क्वालिटी इंप्रूव हो, तो वो भी बजट अनाउंसमेंट हुआ है आपके नाम से, स्कीम AAP एनुअल ऑडिट प्रोग्राम के नाम से, कि कॉलेजेस जिस तरह से ये नेक का जिस तरह से इवैल्यूएशन होता है कॉलेजेस का, उसी तर्ज पे हमने कॉलेजेस को 108 पैरामीटर्स के हिसाब से पूरे साल भर में असेस करने के लिए मौका दिया और उस काम को भी स्टार्ट किया। तो मैं कुल मिला के ये कहना चाहूंगा कि हमें बहुत अच्छी लीडरशिप हमारी सेक्रेटरी मैम के माध्यम से मिली, हमारे मंत्री जी से मिली, और कॉलेज एजुकेशन को हम एक नई दिशा देने की हम कोशिश कर सके और हम उसको आगे बढ़ा सके। मुझे इस बात को कहते हुए खुशी है, और मैं एक मतलब पर्सनली थैंक्स भी देना चाहूंगा हमारी सेक्रेटरी मैम को, कि जिन्होंने हमारे हर आइडियाज को एक तरह से फोस्टर किया और हमें आगे बढ़ने का मौका दिया। मैं गुप्ता जी का और कार्तिक का थैंक्स देना चाहूंगा कि मुझे आप सब लोगों के बीच में आने का मौका दिया और मुझे अपनी बात कहने का मौका मिला। थैंक यू वेरी मच।
धन्यवाद।
थैंक यू
बुराड़ जी, आप बहुत बहुत बधाई।
बहुत ज्यादा बोल गया क्या, मैं लंबा बोल गया?
नहीं सर, आपने
ज्यादा बोल गया।
जितना बोला बहुत अच्छा बोला है, और बहुत बहुत बधाई कि आपने इतने स्टेप्स लिए हैं कि जो आपका डिपार्टमेंट है उसमें बहुत कुछ नया हो पाए, और नए नए इनोवेशंस किए हैं। और अच्छी बात यह है कि इस वक्त कॉलेज एजुकेशन और हायर एजुकेशन डिपार्टमेंट और टेक्निकल एजुकेशन डिपार्टमेंट तीनों में पढ़कर काम हो रहा है आपके स्टेट में, राजस्थान में। मैं शर्मा जी को देख नहीं पा रहा हूँ, और आई थिंक पंकज गुप्ता had also joined. Yes, Pankaj ji.
Yeah, namaskar.
Namaskar. So please speak a bit loudly, and we are almost at the end of the session at 6 p.m.
Okay.
ये automatically off हो जाएगा. So I will
okay.
कि अगले 3 मिनट आप कुछ विचार रखें।
Okay. ठीक।
जी पंकज जी।
फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद आपका, शुचि मैम का, और ऑल द डिस्टिंग्विश्ड पैनल मेंबर्स। आई वुड लाइक टू ओनली से दिस इज एम आई ऑडिबल?
यस यस यस।
ओके, देखिए शुचि मैम ने जो ये इनिशिएटिव शुरू किया है अबाउट द जॉय ऑफ गिविंग इन आनंदम, ये बहुत ही अच्छी चीज है, एंड आई थिंक इट शुड बी इम्प्लीमेंटेड वेरी वेल। एंड आई वुड लाइक टू से वन थिंग, that what you have, only that thing you can give it to somebody. तो ये बात भी जानना बड़ा आवश्यक कि हमारे पास है क्या, नंबर 1। नंबर 2, देने में हमारे अंदर एक कर्ता भाव वाला बात ना आए। और तीसरी बात ये है कि हमें ये भी देखना है कि हमें अभाव प्रभाव से निकल के स्वभाव की ओर जाना है। और ये जो सारी हैप्पीनेस है, इट इज मोर टुवर्ड्स द इनर जर्नी, एंड इट इज अ बीइंग बेस्ड लीडरशिप which is not about the doing, but it is more of a way of life. And जैसे शर्मा जी ने कहा था, from money to many, and I would like to add one more dimension here, that money to meaning, that how we can go towards the meaning, how we can move from success to significance. And for that it is very important that teacher have to transform into the gurus who themselves are very self-aware। और इस पूरे मॉडल में जो आइटम अविद्या के थे, all these things will be converted into recorded lectures and they will be supported by AI and other means। बट जो रियल पार्ट विद्या का है, कि जिसको बोलते हैं सा विद्या ता विमुक्त है, उन चीज़ों के लिए गुरु की आवश्यकता हमेशा पड़ेगी, चाहे वो एम्पैथी हो, कंपैशन, जॉय ऑफ गिविंग। और तो इसमें जो तीनों टाइप के जो मॉडल्स हैं, कि वेदर इट इज़ अ फेस टू फेस or a blended learning or total online. So I think the writing is on the wall that we have to adopt to the online challenge, but at the same time being based leadership is very much required. तो मैं बस इतना ही बोलूँगा, because I know there is a shortage of time and I could not join up here. Thank you, Ravi ji.
Thank you so much, and I hope that other speakers are here with us, and I am going to request I think like I can see Suji Sharma ji now.
Yes,
So,
there was.
Madam, we are going to end in 2 minutes. So I am like going to request you to please give the closing remarks in 2 minutes, and we will end there. Yes, Madam.
I'm sorry I could not hear Pankaj Gupta ji. He must have spoken something, and I could hear Pradeep Borarji, Commissioner.
मैं आके आपसे मिलूंगा
This
एक बार.
was, oh yes,
Yeah, ma'am.
this was a very valuable session, and Commissioner College Education also could talk about whatever whatever as government has done in the college education, and thanks to I would like to congratulate Pradeep Borarji that he really has taken a lot of pains. He has great passion for anything he has given as a task, and he has worked with the students, with the teachers, and tried to do a 360-degree change in the environment in the colleges. Dr. P.B. Sharma, it was very nice to hear from you that yes, you as an educationist are viewing at the education differently, which is really needed. Akash Chaudhary ji is worried about, and he is very right about whatever he has pointed about the e-learning things. It really requires a lot of improvements in that. The teachers need to be trained, and the students should be given some pauses also, and it is really needed. We should plan the e-learning in that manner. There should be a clear timetable, and if the e-learning sessions are there, there should be some precautions should also be there with that. It is really needed. I must again and again give thanks to Ravi Gupta ji, who has organized this brilliant conclave. Just virtual e-conclave is something great, and I could interact with so many experts in the field. In fact, I learn from you all when I interact with the experts, education experts, and from the HR experts, and I could discuss so many problems I am facing, the challenges I am facing here with all of you. I am thankful to all the participants, and my special thanks to the eLets Media team and Ravi Gupta ji and his team. Thank you so much.
Excellent, and I wish to.
Ravi ji, just 30 seconds if you could provide. I just want to express the concern of the parents, especially that was also on our agenda. The parents realize that 2020, the promise I made as a vice chancellor, I'm sure my vice chancellor and colleagues and principal colleagues, that 2020 would be a great year of the vision developed India when they joined us in 1960 or 2016 or 2017. But today the parents are really concerned about the future of employment. They are concerned about the world in which we are now going to move. And it would be important for all of us engaged in education to invest our time and energy to really see that we address to these mega challenges of creating employment in plenty, making India truly Atmanirbhar of the kind which Honorable Prime Minister has so eloquently voiced in his address to the nation, and also creating the layers of science and technology indigenously are required to really create that vital strength in India, to create the layers of engagement, layers of employment, entrepreneurship, and happiness of the kind we wish to create. This is a major context in which I think teachers have to now devote their time to research and innovation in our Amity University. We are truly conscious about it, and we certainly have ensured that our faculty, research-driven students are engaged in innovation, and together we drive this agenda. So I thought this point needs to be overscored, that our concern for tomorrow has to be taking in a country of millions and millions of jobs.
Sir, I wish to thank Akash Chaudhary, Professor P.B. Sharma, Pradeep Borarji, and Dr. Pankaj Gupta for joining. And I'm thanking all the audience, and we are going to do the next edition of this Higher Education Virtual Summit, which will be on 19th June. And this will be focused on Maharashtra and especially Pune, which is the hub of higher education. So we will have a lot of education institutions from that region in the next edition of the virtual summit. And in between, we will keep on having almost every week one of the small sessions, 1 hour sessions on higher education, and I request all the audience to join there. And I'm thanking again Shuchi Sharma ji and Pradeep Burad ji for helping us in building this interesting and very what do you call, exciting conference, which was there for the whole day. And with this, I think we will do namaste to each of us. And thank you.
Namaste. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
नमस्कार सुची मैडम, बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद आपका.
Thank you.
Burad sir,
Thank you.
बहुत-बहुत
Thank you.
धन्यवाद
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you Sharma ji.
Thank you so much.